Why do men get circumcised? I used to think it was a hygiene thing to avoid nasty, cheesy things getting stuck inside the fold. And God was trying to promote procreation and keeping everything sanitary down there to enable that to happen. Jewish people do it because it was a covenant with God. God said he was going to give Abraham and his offspring the land of Canaan for everlasting possession. He ordered that every male be circumcised and any uncircumcised will be cut off from his people. He also said that Sarai will now have a son and they are to call him Isaac. Why do the Jewish people circumcise? It's to mark the descendants of Abraham lineage. It did say that God instructed him to circumcise the people also bought with his money, so not necessarily blood lineage. Why did they circumcise on the 8th day? Because the 7th day always represents the physical, the material, and the 8th day represents the transformation from the physical and material to the miraculous. Christianity now focuses on faith and grace. The grace to recognize Jesus's crucifixion as the salvation, and you could be washed from your sins. Baptism has replaced circumcision. But why do Jewish people still do it? Is it because they're still concentrating on the material possessions that have been promised to them? Is it because they hold in higher priority their lineage, their bloodline as more pure? Do we hold material and physical things in higher regard, or do we hold having our soul saved as the higher? What do they do with the extra skin that they cut off? Sometimes they bury it in soil, plant a tree there, treat it with reverence. Yeah, they don't throw it away like toenail clippings. They treat the end of a man's phallus as more sacred because that's the thing that creates life. However, look at the placenta. Why is it that women don't keep their placenta full of life force, stem cells, yet that's taken away? And what happens to boys that aren't circumcised? Well, apparently that's the fault of the parent. It's just an official mark to welcome them into the Jewish community. Jesus, however, was circumcised, and that's when he was given the name Jesus. Everything he did helped us evidence his existence in order for us to strengthen our faith. What have you got to gain? Jewish people have the land of Canaan and the promise. And in the New Testament, God offers us the ability to be with him in heaven. I was just about to say, I'm so glad I don't have to cut off any flesh from any phallus of mine. However, the childbirth situation did require some severe cuts